Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, I think we have a very interesting episode because there's so much going on in the crypto space. But today, let's talk about some trades. We have been covering for the last couple of days that Bitcoin is in a very good position if you zoom out a little bit. Here's, for example, the daily chart on Bitcoin, and what we have showcased is every single time that it breaks above and actually also breaks above the EMA, we get a crazy rush going. And that's exactly what we've seen 5 times in a row by now. In December of 2020, a little bit later in January of 2021, a little bit later in like July of 2021, and then a little bit later in October of 2021, plus right now. We described it a little while ago, and right now already we're pumping pretty severely. We're actually a pretty good ways up, but we are expecting at least 40 to 50% gains, ending up at about $60,000 or so for Bitcoin, following purely this indicator. Okay, so on the short term, a little bit ago, I actually showed you guys this chart. I actually zoomed out a little bit though. If you guys remember, we were showing the the ascending triangle, which basically would have led to Bitcoin breaking towards the upside, which it eventually did. But actually, if you zoom out, it's just because I have the MACD open right here. We can actually see that Bitcoin over on the weekly charts, MACD, has also flipped bullish right now. Just now, this week. It's actually a nice thing to quickly note on. I'm not sure what the percentage actually is, but every single time that it does flip bullish, you can kind of see from just looking at the charts right here that every single time that it has happened already in the near past, it was most likely a very good time. On the daily, it is not as strong. Again, we have the MACD in here as well, but I don't really like to hold too much to it because it's just not as certain of a bullish indicator as with the weekly. Then again, Bitcoin on the daily actually broke out. Our first target was going to be 45,000, which we had to cross. Our second target, our nearest target in the near future was $49,000 to $50,000. The reason I have this little zone is because we've had a lot of resistance / support within that area. And even though 49,000, I would kind of point out to be a more important level because that showcases like the preface for 50,000. We all know psychological barriers will remain forever, but it doesn't mean that the actual majority of the pressure is there because a lot of bears actually try to kind of snipe it just below, and a lot of bulls are trying to kind of snipe it just above or just below as well. So it's usually very important to look around these psychological barriers like a 45K, like a 50K specifically. And I think it's pretty obvious to see that this entire area between 45 and 49 has had a lot of, traffic in the midst. Then again, we did call out for Bitcoin, hopefully after this little ascending triangle, which I just showcased you guys over on the weekly, to break out towards the upside or potentially worst case scenario, come back down to 42,000. As it's standing right now, guys, we have broken out towards the upside, but I described it already on Telegram, I believe yesterday, or Twitter, that a little correction, even a correction towards 45,000 or so, wouldn't be too crazy. Even though every indicator that I've shown you guys up to now and everything that I can find in the crypto space is looking bullish, it's looking really good. It is not too crazy to have a little correction before moving further because that's a retest. And the reason that might happen is because the bears could overwhelm, for example, at 49,000, at 50,000, bring the price all the way back down for another retest towards the upside, which is, again, most likely what's going to happen as we are looking to be in a really bullish phase. Again, I would actually like to state that the bull run is back. For XRP, it's a little bit more clear. I would say right now we are actually facing quite a lot of resistance. We called out these zones a little bit beforehand, and right now we are back into this little supply zone for XRP, which lasts all the way from 87 to 91 cents. Again, how this works is we've just seen a lot of price action within this little zone. We don't know exactly which point is the most important. We just know this entire zone usually has a lot of people dumping off their XRP. And right here, we've actually seen it twice already, or I should say 3 times as well. We had our first little touch right here and then 2 little touches consecutively after. Then again, I don't think that's going to hold the XRP price back for too long. Honestly, I'm still expecting XRP to hit $1 within this week. I actually have a pretty big giveaway running if we don't hit $1 within the week. But ever since I said that, the price has been moving quite significantly towards the upside. I think, yeah, we did even hit 91 cents or so throughout this little journey. And so it would be kind of odd to me if we don't actually keep the pump up and actually get towards this $1 zone within a couple of days. But I guess let us see. Again, if you're wondering, my expectation for XRP best, or I guess most logical scenario, is $1 pretty damn soon. And worst case would be to come all the way back to this little converging point, which would be 77.7 cents, not 0.9. It's a little bit off. But honestly, I only think that that would happen, XRP coming back down, if Bitcoin were to break down towards 45. And again, if it broke 45, it could have 42. But again, that's all very far in the future, as the underlying thought right now is bullish for everybody, unless we see some crazy fake out, one of which is going to really scar us for life. VChain, I described the same thing to y'all, and this is actually a good example as to why you should always be cautious of little pullbacks. I told you guys all VChain breakout, right? It was looking really amazing. We had a little supply zone for VChain, which it crossed after an initial test, but right now you can see a cross buy. It actually retested it once before bouncing off of it again, and so after an initial 15% pump, at that point it also kind of came back down. Let's see here, about 13 or so percent again before pumping. So just keep in the back of your head that a correction, albeit to the nearest demand zone at that point, is not too weird. Usually it's a good way to grab a little extra money on the side, but it also kind of shows you very often this system is rigged up where it will only start dropping the moment you buy, because a lot of people start buying when things are confirmed, which from a certain perspective is the best thing to do. But that's obviously also when a lot of people understand that others will be buying, and so they're going to sell to try to get the price back down. So it's a fake out basically. Woohoo! Over on the altcoins, my target has actually been hit. Remember guys, I've been screaming for about a week and a half that my target for altcoins was going to be $1.2 trillion. Yeah, it happened. I'm pretty amazed by it. I'm not exactly sure what to say about it except for wowee, right? And hopefully you guys have some long positions open, still some juicy long positions, or you've opened yourself some new ones, because things are looking so amazing right now over on the altcoin front. To be honest, the entire crypto market cap looks quite similar. It's not as if it's only altcoins that are doing amazing. The entire crypto market is doing really amazing. But it was just nice that we forecasted this and it came along beautifully to 1.2 trillion. And for right now, I would say let's see it for a little bit. I can already see a lot of, I would say, price action a little bit below it as well. But to be honest with you, I think we're just going to have the same scenario where we're going to kind of build within this. And then if Bitcoin shows it, most likely break through and get a crazy little pump going. Most likely, pretty significantly, I'm thinking 1.35, but we'll see. The entire altcoin market cap is like a little slippery slope because it entails every single altcoin in existence. And so if we do really get this bull run a little bit more confirmed, then a lot of these smaller alts will go parabolic, which eventually will lead to the entire altcoin market cap very much outperforming the total crypto market cap, and it's going to be really hard to predict exactly where it's going to head towards. And also, what can we do with the information? Are you going to long the entire altcoin market cap? No, usually we go for specific altcoins. And then to kind of put my money where my mouth is, you can see our XRP trade is still open, which I opened with you guys, and we're right now in $4,000 worth of profit. To be honest with you, if you guys didn't do it yet, I'm still thinking it's going to be a crazy opportunity, but these videos are just my thoughts and not financial advice, so I cannot guarantee anything for you. But I am thinking as well, even though we are already in $4,000 worth of profit, or about 310%, I'm honestly thinking we can still open up a crazy long position and get a crazy trade going here. Because the majority of the long positions that I opened were opened about 3 days ago or so. Right now, earning crazy amounts of profit. But I'm not thinking that it's actually going to be over already. It's looking as if this is going to pull through. And so, yeah, from that perspective, if I had to open a new one, I probably would still do it right now. Then again, guys, oh my days, this is just the YouTube account. Remember, I have another account of mine that's my personal trading. It's actually a very complicated structure, but it's me and a couple other people. We have a trading account, so to speak. But damn, that's doing good. Right now, I've been talking to a Martini guy, I've been talking to Crypto Rover. Man, the trades are doing amazing. People are in hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of profit. Even Crypto, I think, is in like maybe 200,000 or $500,000 worth of profit today. I guess yesterday that was. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. If you also want to trade, make sure you check out the link down below for Bybit. Right now, there's $4,800 worth of bonuses, I believe. It's either 41 or 4,800. It doesn't matter. Just check it out because those are freaking free. Free. Use it to trade if you are into that stuff. Because $5,000 for free. You could trade with it with, let's say, about 50 times leverage. So think about that. That is 5,000 times 50 that you can use for absolutely free, $250,000. It's insane. So make sure you check that out. Again, a link is going to be down below for Bybit. If you haven't signed up yet, check it out right now. Link is down below. And then Fear and Greed Index is kind of funny. Right now it's back at 56, but we've entered this little greedy period again, which is kind of funny to see, I guess, because it's been a long while. It's been since November since we have seen that. And the last but not least, a little bit of crypto news, just to kind of have it in there. Members of the U.S. Congress have introduced a bill that would require the Treasury to prepare a digital dollar called eCash. Interesting story. We'll get back to it really soon. He's saying, Dennis Porter, eCash is a CTDC, central treasury digital currency, still used to control just like a CBDC. Probably will make a big difference. This is what everybody was talking about before in my comment section. A new billionaire tax is incoming. Biden administration to release 2023 budget today, including a 20% new billionaire tax. I covered it before in my previous video, yes, but everybody was talking about it, and I'm not exactly sure why. The reality, the tax is set to apply to those with net worth of $100 million or more, with a 20% tax on all their income, including unrealized gains. That is kind of screwed, though. But there's going to be less market manipulation, I think, because of it. If passed, the new tax proposals would generate about $36 billion in extra tax revenue a year. I'm very happy that I'm not in America. I would definitely, over $100 million on every single profit you make, even unrealized gains, you have to pay 20%. That is insane. Now, I guess fortunately or unfortunately, most people are not above 100 million. But if you are, that is making America very, very unpleasant, because that is a crazy number to me. 20% on everything. Is it additional as well? I'm not actually sure how that... The proposed fee, which would be presented by the White House today, would compel the 700 wealthiest American families to make a top-up payment if they pay less than 20% of their total income in federal income taxes. Ooh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, would be required to pay an extra $35 billion based on calculations. Elon Musk would be required to pay an additional $50 billion each year under the proposal. That is insane. That is insane. That is insane, if you were to ask me. That is not right, man. That is not right. Unrealized gains on assets such as stocks would fall under this category. That is not good, if you ask me. Not good at all. I'm not happy with that. What I am happy with is institutional crypto funds see largest capital inflow for 3 months. New data for CoreShares shows a weekly inflow of 193 million, with more than half of that figure going to Bitcoin alone. Solana is getting attention and broke a record in the process as well. Yeah, cryptos are looking good. And last but not least, Bitcoin hits a 3-month high, wiping all 2022 losses. If you bought Bitcoin anywhere throughout 2022, you can right now not be at a loss, which I think is a very good thing. It's just nice to quickly have in the back of our heads. And that was it for today's crypto news and crypto update. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.